Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shack here, host of the XP Gamers. This last weekend was Operation Ace. Teams of 5 played for 5 straight hours to see who could win the most, wins. While at the same time, Operation Ace had awards for the most kills, cap damage, fewest deaths, best support player, and on. This was a bit of an exhibition match, with each team being a member of the YouTube kind of Star Wars community in some way. Eckhart invited me to be part of Twin Suns. We also had Star Wars Explains leading the winning team, Stash Squadron. So let's talk about what happened in the very first tournament for this title, and I'm happy to say it was far more interesting than I would have thought going in. First up, Twin Suns, our squadron, made up of Eckhart's Ladder, Corey Loses, Wasted Space, myself, Captain Shack, and of course, Charlie from Ek 2. We landed in 4th place behind Stash, Shio, and Bomb Squadron. They all played great, and we even managed to get matches up against them a few times during our run. Remember, we were playing random matches online and just happened to run into these teams multiple times throughout our 5-hour stint. Stash Squadron quite literally being one of the most stressful matches I've ever played in. I was sweating bullets dodging laser cannon fire from those guys. But here's the kicker. We dominated the category standings. Eckhart's Ladder taking the most kills, becoming Baron of the entire tournament with 233, just barely squeaking by the 230 of Alex from Stash Squadron. Charlie, our main man, rocked his U-Wing the entire 5 hours, diving in to save our asses from the fire more times than I can count, and of course, reloading my Y-Wing bombs, which allowed me, Captain Shack, to drop ammo on target for a total of 982,000 capital ship damage. The broadcasters only seemed to be disappointed in the fact that I didn't break 1,000,000 during the run, a full 200,000 damage more than the next runner-up. And if you look closely, Wasted Space is on every one of these leaderboards. So well done, team. Now, when Ed contacted me to see if I'd be down for the tournament, I said sure, and I hadn't really thought much of it. To be honest, the idea of holding a tournament in a game like Squadrons seemed a bit silly. You see, the issue with Squadrons is, and we've all been saying this for months now, it's no big secret, there's no private way to host matches, meaning we couldn't have a proper elimination match. But this ended up being something altogether different and fun. Yes, Squadrons desperately needs either hostable servers or at the very least a way to open private matches up so we can invite specific teams to play against each other. I would love to see proper, good teams, not just us YouTubers, but proper teams trained, coordinated, going head-to-head in some epic showdowns. I bet that would be amazing to watch, but we can't really do that right now. There's just no way. But Operation Ace made this work, and it was a blast. The tournament did show me how MOBA Squadrons really is. It has 4 classes, 5 members, support, DPS, siege damage. It's got lanes, creep, defense, and offensive pushes. And MOBAs are really low on my favorite genre. I'd say very close to the bottom. Hell, I'm not even that big into competitive games most of the time. But Squadrons is definitely hitting at something that's truly fun here, and it's not the MOBA elements. It's the moments the design allows for. With a click of a button, I can ping a target that's tailing my Y-Wing, letting my A-Wing pilots know, Wasted and Ek, that I need help. In a split second, I can drop my power into engines, double up my rear shields, and dive into the terrain and hope the A-Wing pilots can arrive in time to knock my tail off. Or, if I'm running a certain build or I currently have enough energy in my engines, I can blast forward, turn hard around a wall, slide 180 degrees, double up my forward shields, activate my kit to take less damage, forward damage, and open up on my pursuer with the Burt gun, hoping to out-damage them in a head-on attack. The moments of watching Wasted Space bait a target in a closed-in space and drop a mine they weren't expecting from an A-Wing, or calling for a well-timed reload for my bombs as I run atop an enemy light cruiser, dropping my payload, then getting a reload from Charlie and his U-Wing, then making a 180-degree flip spin and drop my second load of ordnance on top of that same cruiser, and then prepping for a third run with the Burt gun, is where the game starts to shine. It's the builds and the vehicles and the pilots working together with coordination and communication that allows for some pretty Star Warsy and epic moments. It's not about how many ships there are. It's not about there being a 36 or 46 mission campaign with half of those missions being filler that I see so many comments complaining about. It's whether or not the game allows for those moments. And the real shame here isn't what's available, as the combat feels super solid and immersive. Yelling out for an A-Wing to come save me or a Y-Wing to come in and blast away a target is pretty epic. The real shame here isn't what's available, as combat feels super solid and immersive, and the multiplayer's been a blast, with a few things that do need work, like how AI creep is handled and can be abused, making matches feel more like a chore than a heart-pounding adrenaline blast that they should be. It's that I want to do more with this combat. I so want a cooperative campaign that I can run with my squadron mates, or community-made challenges. I just want a wider selection of modes. The foundation is good, it just needs a little more to do with it, which is probably why the cost is lower than the average released EA game. At the end of the day, it turns out it's really fun playing against people you know. Who knew? Oh yeah, everybody who's ever played a game from the 90s onward. I would totally do one of these tournaments a game. Strangely, playing randos in team matches was actually quite a lot of fun, and watching those numbers change as we all not only have to worry about the match we're in, but the long-term goals of getting certain scores and making sure we're playing to the best of our abilities. After 4 hours, you're exhausted, and that became part of, well, the challenge of playing in this tournament, and it was pretty fun. I would run one of these on the XPG if I felt like we could host servers or we could get the infrastructure there. It was pretty epic. For the love of gaming, give us the ability to host private matches, Motive, so we can do some fun stuff in your game. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more sci-fi gaming and modding goodness, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Maybe having that boost to get me out of trouble more.
I use it on the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter because I can afford to lose 20% max speed.
Vanguard one, standing by. Trying not to die.
Alright, let's, my squadron.
Does it randomize our numbers?
This is Vanguard 2 and
I don't know.
Yeah,
It says on Vanguard 1.
Vanguard 4, standing by.
Probably because you're carrying our capital ship damage.
Oh, what I was thinking was like, when we look at the map, it gives us numbers, and I'd like to know who's who.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So I was like, three people are on you two, and I don't know who that is. They probably don't either. All right.
Interceptor just blitz through the middle here. Yeah, there he is.
Hoping he turns around straight back into that mine I left for him.
Yeah.
Oh, nice! I saw that, Weston! Right into the mine. Lovely. Boom, boom.
Couldn't resist that juicy A-wing target that he thinks didn't see him.
That was awesome. There you go, Shack. Oh, actually, you need something more than that, don't you? You need a resupply. Oh, yeah. Shooting massacred on me.
Got some farming in.
Good job. Getting back there.
Plant the crops.
Looks like one of them is running invis spec. I saw someone disappear without dying.
Ooh.
All right, we're on assault.
All right, what are you thinking, Shack?
C, I'm thinking C. Pushing for it now. Wasted.
All right.
Front side.
Actually, I'm there now. I'm just gonna screen. I'm resupplying. I'll be there in a bit.
I do have a bomber here. He's just decided to turn around in front of me.
Get back here.
I'm gonna need a resupply on those bombs, though.
Yeah, sorry, I was resupplying myself. 2 secs. You're like 25,000 miles away.
At the moment, I can't attack until we get that resupply in.
Yeah, give me 2. There you go.
It's good timing, though, because the Corvette just arrived.
See that?
I'm on you, Shack.
All right, going in for the attack. Charlie is the target.
We got someone under there waiting on him.
Oh, fuck. I'm the wrong button. I rechanged my... I'm gonna need a reload. Is it bad?
Captain Shack, here's another resupply for you, pal.
Have a shield, Charlie.
You need a shield, yeah?
No, I said
Oh, I'm dead. But those bombs are away, and they've done some damage.
I need to get out of there.
I got the right chimp on me.
I was trying to use that. Our Quentin's cover.